He came over at the trade deadline in the deal that sent Charlie Coyle to Colorado. Lettieri the takeaway. Backhands it, kicked out by Talbot. Middlestat couldn't get a lot of the rebound.
Don't start running around. You've got to defend. PK was talking about it in the studio. You got to defend it 5-on-5 before you really try to score.
There's a turnover to Casper, and he scores. Bad turnover by the Bruins at their own blue line, and then Jeremy Swayman couldn't make the big save that might have covered it up.
The middle of the ice. That pass to Pasternak, what's Pasternak going to do with the puck if he gets it? Just be patient. Make a play where you can start and race up the ice together. So the turnover on Lohrei, that's a bad goal on Jeremy Swayman. He's got to make that save. It's not deflected. It's clean. It's on the glove side. It goes under his glove. Sacco can just coach the people he had. We did get a good glimpse of Swayman there. He's got it. One way you can become a better coach is get more saves.
Here's Kepke, and a stop made by Talbot. He made a save.
One thing McClellan was talking about was the need for saves as you try to compete at this level. And
they've gotten them so far tonight. They did not get them early in that big game against Ottawa here. There's a good chance for DeBrincat as he returns to action. Steve Yzerman and Gordie Howe put up bigger numbers before age 23 as a Red Wing in terms of goals and points. Then Raymond, a takeaway by Lauko. Beecher centers, and a great chance by Patrick Brown right out in front. Then he got rocked by Petrie. Beecher a hard check.
They hope for a good start from him. They've gotten that. 8 shots, 8 saves, including this one.
Physical play, spirited play in the first half of this first period. Shot by Zadorov, saved by Talbot. He couldn't hang on. Morgan Geeky's just come on for Boston. Zadorov for Brown and back for Geeky. Now Beecher's going to head off. They'll try to complete this line change as Zacha has come on for Boston. Geeky having a career year. Brown is still out there and trying to get off. High turnover. Here's Lucas Raymond. Stop by Swayman.
From the crease, moments later, Lucas Raymond, breakaway, turned aside by Swayman. 1-0 Wings.
Boston again aggressively in on the forecheck. Lysell, this is part of what they're looking at with an eye toward the future for Lysell. Will he do the work along the wall? Thrown right on net from the point by Laura. Fans wanted a call. So I don't know if that's a factor or not. Only Jeremy Swayman might know that. But there is no safety net. Zacha's shot might have grazed Talbot, wound up out of the rink. Johansson as Kepke was on his knees. Lots of room for Hall. Looking for a tip, but Larkin was well tied up out in front of the net by Peak. Waterspoon nudged by Comfer. The puck comes free. Craig Smith able to run it down low for Comfer, trying to get it to Mott. It wound up back on Smith, and it's stopped by the midsection of Swayman. Under 4 minutes to go, first period, 1-0 Detroit. Marco Kasper the goal. He has the puck. Still carrying the puck. Centers one. It's picked up by Raymond. Looking for a tip. They didn't get it as Siders centered it through the slot. Raymond, lots of room. Down low. And the stop by Swayman. Here is the big defenseman. 6'6". Trouble with the puck up high. As Lindholm was close, and now here's the rookie Lysell. Looking for his first goal. Van Talbot stopped it. Only Vegas and Winnipeg have been better man up. Here's DeBrincat. Rebound out in front after Swayman made the original stop. Danger everywhere you look in the red shirts for the Red Wings. DeBrincat behind the net. Looking for help. Sent it up high. Larkin for Sider. And now Kane. As you recite the names, you can understand why they have a very good power play. Raymond scores! One-timer from the top of the face-off circle. A power play goal and a 2-0 Detroit lead.
A costly penalty by Nikita Zadorov late in the first period. Look at Raymond keep this alive. He wrestles the puck away from Pavel Zacha. Raymond's work keeps the puck in the zone. And as the Wings move it around, Raymond gets lost and comes back to the top of the circle. This pass is one-timed over the shoulder of Swayman before he can jump. Wow.
Pastrnak broke his stick to start this power play second time. He's broken a stick tonight while shooting a puck. Here's Lohrei up high. And Pastrnak, they have Geekie as the bumper, and he tips it home. A power play goal. Pastrnak put it on the stick of Geekie, who continues his career year. 27 goals now for Morgan Geekie.
Of the year, he's worked his way back in the lineup. That's a great tip through his own legs. One of the great benefits to a career year for Morgan Geekie, a restricted free agent at the end of the year, is he gets to play with David Pastrnak. The hand-eye of Geekie.
Here's DeBrincat. Kane. Looked like Swayman struggled to see that one. It fluttered over his head as he put the glove up. Here's DeBrincat again. Off the goalpost, it seemed. Johansson. Peak pinched in. And Middlestat gave it back to him. Long wrister. That might have hit Koepke, and it wound up out and out of the ring. Middlestat banked it ahead. Geekie drops it nicely. Lohrei, and a nice save by Talbot. And they still have not played a playoff game in here. Zadorov, nice pass. Middlestat on his forehand, and a nice right pad save made by Talbot. Homecoming for Patrick Brown, who grew up in the Detroit suburbs, the son of Doug Brown, 15-year NHL veteran. Talk about the Bruins' struggles on offense. They had 25 shots on goal or fewer in each of the last 9 games. That is their longest such streak since they started tracking that stat back in 1959-60. Good pressure now by Detroit. Petrie missed 31 games due to injury, playing in his 3rd game since coming back. Rasmussen centered one. A couple of whacks at it, and Swayman kept the puck out. Petrie steps into one. Chased down by Raymond. Geekie wound up as if he was going to drive it in. Stick handled instead. Pavel Zacha taken to the wall by Watson, and they both go down. Pastrnak shot gloved by Talbot. Pastrnak to steal. Johansson got back there. He went down. Pastrnak has a trailer. Yoki Haru blockered down by Talbot.
And it's turned into a little bit of a turtle race at the bottom end of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, no one wants the 8th spot.
Depth at it. Some players are more ready for it. And the Wings, that's a couple of marches in a row where they've gone backwards.
Zadorov. As we approach 2 minutes to go in the period, here's Zadorov shorthanded. And a testing shot knocked down by Cam Talbot. Brinkett walked right out in front and didn't get it on Swayman. Kane with Larkin at the top of the crease. DeBrincat turned aside by Swayman. Follow up by Raymond was hampered by the defense. DeBrincat to Kane. Down low, and a right pad save made by Swayman. Nustadinov tried to headman it for Geekie. That didn't click, and it's flicked back in by Kane. Taken away by DeBrincat. Right to Kane. He was double teamed and sent it back to Sider. DeBrincat! And sliding over to make the stop. His pocket picked by Larkin. Lysell, good work to get back into the play. Sider walks in. Now Sherrod in the circle. Beautiful stop by Swayman. And then Tarasenko's following up and over the net. 17 seconds to go. Lohrei to Pastrnak with Raymond trying to pressure. That's tipped by Lindholm. It's free. Middlestat! Robbed by Talbot!
Long shot, and Talbot's got to follow the bouncing puck. He's got his foot against the post. He's trying to spread out and cover as much room as possible. Middlestat's shot hits the top of the catching glove of Cam Talbot.
Zacha didn't win the faceoff. Larkin did, and Detroit wins.